folks in a Dallas suburb voted and approved a bill that would prevent renting apartments to illegal aliens. But a federal judge blocking it now. Well, of course, the immigration debate is raging in Washington, and we're joined now by South Carolina Senator Jim DeMint, a member of the Senate Commerce, Transportation, and Science Committee. Good to talk to you.
Hey, ED.
You know, Senator, it sounds like a lot of people in the country are they're fed up. They're waiting for legislation in Washington that they don't think is coming, and they're trying to take matters into their own hands in their local jurisdictions. So what's going on in Washington? Will we get one?
I've never seen people so upset. I think they feel betrayed by their government here in Washington. They feel violated by millions of non-Americans who ignored our laws and overrun our schools and hospitals, and they're just frustrated with the federal government, so they don't trust us to come up with a solution that works or one that we will enforce. And when the news came out last week that they had this big new bill that they wanted to push through before anybody knew what was in it, we've had thousands of calls in our office, and I don't think people are going to stand for it anymore.
Senator, can you tell me why were so many special interest groups brought into these secret meetings, and instead of them being conducted in the open for the American people to hear and watch?
Well, there is a lot of special interest involvement, and I'm suspicious. I know a lot of Americans are too, but I want to read the bill. I want to make some good judgments about it. We do have a problem we need to solve. We know we need to control our borders. We know we need a verifiable worker ID program. But when it gets to granting amnesty or giving permanent legal residency to those who came here illegally, people get upset. And we want to look at the details. We want to come up with some better ideas. And fortunately, the leadership here in Congress has decided not to try to finish it this week. So a lot of the legislators are going to have to go home and talk to their people when we're off for Memorial Day, and that'll be a good thing. You know,
it seems like it's sort of a kitchen sink bill. They're trying to solve every problem all at once instead of addressing issues point by point. And so for that reason, you've got some conservative Republicans that say it's amnesty, I'm going to vote against it. You've got some very liberal Democrats saying, look, it's going to drive down union wages and decrease their jobs, I'm going to vote against it. Isn't it possible to sort of break this up and take on smaller problems?
Well, we really should. Everyone knows we've got to work on our border. Everyone knows we need a worker ID program. If we would just do those things and we did them right, the American people might really trust us to deal with the illegals that are here and deal with expanding our immigrant program, our worker program, our visa program. But right now the American people don't trust us because they've seen that we won't even enforce the laws we have, and Congress won't even make English the official language of this country. So I don't trust them either.
What do you think is going to happen when folks go home to their constituents over the memorial recess?
They're going to get an earful. People are going to say just what you said. They're frustrated, and they don't want some kind of amnesty bill coming out of Congress that ignores our laws and does not control our borders. So people are going to hear from their constituents, and hopefully we can come back and do exactly what you said. Let's do it a step at a time. Let's prove to the American people that we're going to put America first and do what's right for our country.
All right. Well, we'll be waiting to see what happens in the Senate after the recess. Senator Reid saying that y'all will debate all this week, and then again the week that you come back from that recess. Senator DeMint, thank you very much. Well, I know many folks are upset about the illegal immigration problem, but did you know that there are folks who are illegally in the country but are being allowed to vote legally?